And welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? So we're here this afternoon for match watch along as Celtic taking on Wolves over there in Dublin. So hopefully we're in for a cracking game, guys, as clubs getting closer now to the start of the season. So hopefully, guys, this will be a good game. As the ball just gone out of play. Just gone out of play from the kickoff. So will be a goal kick. What's going on here? So sorry guys, just bear me a second. I'm trying to get the team news for you guys. Ball knocked out on that far side. And Celtic lose possession now. Wolves just coming forward as they work the ball out to this near side. Oh, we're not getting team news. No team news. These friendlies are driving me nuts for the information. We're all on the return of the normal season. So, yeah, unfortunately, guys, I'm not able to show you the team news. It's not coming up on the app that I usually use. Been having this problem all the way through pre-season, struggling to get the information that I need. So, bear with me a second, guys. So annoying. So Wolves now crossing the ball into the box. So bear me a second, guys. I'm just trying to get some. Oh, this game is a nightmare. There's no information available for it at all. They're treating it like it's a behind a closed doors game. No. Oh. Celtic now coming into the box as a cross comes in and it ricochets off the top of the crossbar. Sorry, guys, just bear me a second. So, yeah, apologies, guys. I am unable to get match stats for this game and team information. So, apologies, guys. Not much I can do. It says the problem with pre-season friendlies unfortunately, the information isn't as readily available as when it's a competitive game. Celtic now coming forward down that far side as they now forced to play it back to the goalkeeper under pressure from Wolves. So, yeah, apologies about that, guys. So, Celtic now building from the back. Ben, how's it going, mate? Ben dropping in. How's you doing? Ben, good afternoon. Hope you're having a good day, mate. Ben saying hello. How are you doing, mate? He's, let us know, guys, if your team is playing this afternoon. Obviously, a lot of friendlies on this afternoon, so I'm not able to keep track of all of them. But, yeah, if you guys know that your club is playing today, please do drop it in the chat, guys. Will be interesting to know what clubs are playing who today. I know that I checked before this game and Aberdeen playing Charlton this afternoon, and last I checked, Aberdeen were winning 2-0. So I don't know what the score is now, but I know that was the score before I came on. So might have changed by now. But yeah, guys, if your team playing, please do let me know. Celtic now coming into the box. Have they got a shot and they scored? Celtic with an early goal. 5 minutes in, coming into the box from this near side, working the ball into the box and coming in from this near side. I'll talk you through it in a second, guys, and it plays the replay. But yep, Celtic getting off the mark. So thanks for that, Ben. Good to see you, mate. Milzard saying hi. How you doing, Milzard? Welcome to the show, mate. So yeah, Wolves just lost possession on this near side, close to the edge of the pitch, deep inside their own half. Celtic pressing the ball. They won it back. Managed to come towards the box, pass the ball into the box, and the rest is history, as they say, as Celtic just slotted it into the net, leaving the goalkeeper frustrated. So Wolves now playing out from the back again as they're in the same area. They just lost the ball and Celtic challenged for it again. But this time, the referee blows the whistle for a free kick. So, yeah, good to have you with us, Milzard. Hope you're having a good day, mate. And pleasure to see you, as always. Milzard saying, Wigan playing in an hour. Okay, mate. Who are they playing this afternoon? I know there's a lot of games going on today, mate. A lot of games. So, obviously, all being friendly, it's difficult to keep track of them. I know Bolton are playing this afternoon and at 3 o'clock as well. So, yeah, a lot of games going on. But it's getting close now, guys, getting really close to the start of the season. So, clubs ramping up their pre-season preparation. As Celtic play it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long up towards the centre circle. And Wolves intercept it. Now, Wolves trying to get in behind as they play the ball through the middle there, but goes straight to the Celtic goalkeeper, Joe Hart. So thanks for that, Milzard. Who they playing today, mate? Ben is saying, interesting matchup. Think 2-1 Wolves. Yeah, it is. It is an interesting fixture, as you say. Ben, got to agree with you there, mate. That's part of the reason I picked it today. So, yeah, that's a good shout. Although at the minute, Wolves 1-0 down. So, yeah, but still plenty of time for Ben's prediction to come true. So, top man, thanks for that, Ben. Jack, how's it going, mate? Good afternoon. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day, mate. Welcome to the show. Jack saying hi, all. How's it going, mate? Pleasure to have you with us as Celtic win the ball now on that far side. Midway inside the Wolves half of the field. They cut the ball back inside. Now a long ball over the top, trying to get in behind. Good idea from Celtic, but a bit too much pace on that ball. And it goes straight to the Wolverhampton goalkeeper. So now Wolves playing out from the back. So thanks for that, Jack. And as I say, mate, welcome to the show. Pleasure to have you with us. Ben saying hi, Jack. Top man, Ben. Thank you, mate. Awesome. Love the positivity from you guys. Ben saying I'm on holiday, so I can't edit the video at the minute. Okay, Ben. No worries, mate. No worries. Well, just enjoy your holiday, mate. If you're out in the sun abroad somewhere, enjoy it, mate. You've got plenty of time to get back into editing when you get back home, mate. So, yeah, value, just enjoy the holiday. It'll be gone before you know it, mate. So, yeah. But as you know, Ben, I'll do my best to keep you informed with whatever news I can. And hopefully some of the other fandom members will help keep you informed with some of the other results as well. Wolves racing down this near side as they come deep into the Celtic half, but now Celtic challenge for it, winning it back as they play it back into the middle, now out to that far side as they push up the field into the Wolverhampton half of the pitch. Wolves pressing the ball as Wolves just get themselves back into formation. Now a Celtic now with another ball over the top. And this time they do get the shot off, but it hits the crossbar and the post. But yeah, Wolves looking a little bit shaky at the moment in defence as they try to play out from the back now, working the ball down this near side, but Celtic quick to come across and press the ball as they win back possession. Now Celtic again with a ball in behind us, and they work it out to this near side. Cross comes in, Wolves knock it away out to this near side, and that will be a throw into Celtic. So yeah, thanks for that, Ben. Hope you enjoy your holiday as well, mate. Jack saying, who's everyone wanting to win? Yeah, that's a great question, that, Jack. Although I'm thinking that a lot of you guys in the fandom community might be just interested in this fixture rather than having a preference. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Let me know who your team are playing today, your club, and any team news you know about, injuries, anything like that, or if you want to give a score prediction, how you think your club's going to get on this afternoon, please do feel free to drop your comments in. So thanks for that, Jack. I'm neutral, mate, so I'm not gonna give a score prediction in this one. Stevie's saying hi, guys, and all. How are you doing, Stevie? A pleasure to have you with us as always, Stevie. Thank you very much for making yourself available. So I've got to give a special shout out today, guys. Very, very special shout out to my lovely Mrs. Fandon, Mrs. Gaz, whichever you wish to call her. It's her birthday today, so big shout out to my lovely Mrs. I hope she has a great day today, and I'll be celebrating it with her later on. But yeah, just wanted to give that a mention, as she's always supportive of the Fandom project, guys. So yeah. Celtic now just knocking it about inside their own half as they play it back to the goalkeeper. Wolves pressing the ball. So thanks for that, Stevie. Ben saying, I don't really mind, Jack. Okay, Ben. Yeah, as I say, mate. Celtic coming racing down that far side now as they cross the ball into the box. Goalkeeper closing the space, though, and making life difficult. But Wolves... looking very vulnerable at the minute as Wolves now on the attack, coming down that far side as they come racing into the box. And now Wolves, they blasted it over the bar. Well, Wolves not looking at their best at the moment, guys. They come racing down that far side. They got into the box. Celtic pressed the ball, but then 2 or 3 Wolves players, both trying to obviously... or should I say 2 of them at least, but there were 3 Wolves players there, but 2 of them snatching at the ball, hoping to get a shot off, but they ended up coming together and blocking each other off. So they had to pass the ball out to this near side. The Wolves player on this near side did get the shot off, but I think he panicked a bit under pressure and just blazed the ball over the bar. So yeah, Celtic now building from the back, as Wolves challenge for the ball on that far side, winning it back, and now playing it back to the halfway line. So thanks for that, Ben. Ben also saying, welcome, Stevie. Top man, Ben. Thank you for that, mate. Top man. Loving the positivity, as always, from you, mate. Jack saying, Newcastle played last night. Guys, I'm knackered. It was a 12:30 kickoff. Yes, I did think about staying up for that one, mate. But this week, with getting up early and staying up late for games, I was just shattered, mate. I was just shattered last night. So I decided to try and get to bed earlier and get some rest, recharge the batteries a bit, ready for the week ahead, because we've got a full feast of football coming at us over the next 5, 6, 7 days, guys. So we're going to be covering as much of it as possible, keep you guys informed, and obviously enjoy some top conversation with all you guys that are part of the fandom community. So yeah, looking forward to the week ahead. And like I say, yeah, how did they get on, Jack? I haven't seen the result, mate, but yeah, like I said, I did think about staying up for it, but I thought if I stayed up for it, it was just going to be another long night. Then I'd be shattered again all day today. So I thought it was better to just recharge the batteries a bit and go again. Celtic now coming forward down this near side as they cross the ball into the box, but it's blocked off by Wolves. Ball ricochets out to the edge of the box as Celtic now play the ball in behind, but it's a poor pass and a bit too much pace on that ball as Kyogo knocks it out of play, and that will be a goal kick to Wolves. So, yeah, thanks for that, Jack. Please do let us know what the score was. I haven't had time to look, mate. Ben saying, Gaz, imagine going to an away Peterborough game as a Plymouth fan. That's an interesting. Plymouth playing Bristol today, aren't they, mate? Or is it? It's Portsmouth. Portsmouth are playing Bristol. So yeah, and all that's a bit of a derby game down there in it on the south coast. But yeah, that would be also an interesting game to go to. Ben, is that a game you're planning to go to or something? Is that why you've mentioned it, mate? But yeah, I know that Bristol playing Portsmouth this afternoon, so that's definitely an interesting, tasty fixture, isn't it? So Wolves on the attack now as they move the ball down this near side, pressing Celtic back into their own half. As Celtic try to press the ball, but Wolves coming back inside now as they just knock the ball about and now try playing the ball in behind, but it's a poor one, and the Wolves forwards there just didn't even move as the ball goes straight back to the Celtic goalkeeper. Celtic now playing out from the back. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ben. Yeah, that would be an interesting game to go to, mate. Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure it'd be an enjoyable one, but the banter might be a bit intense, mightn't it, mate? Ben also saying just for Peterborough to win. Okay, mate. So you've been to that game, I'm presuming. So apologies, I didn't realise that fixture was on today, mate. I have been trying to keep up with as many friendlies as possible, but not all clubs are making them public, and it's just I can't go around every club's website looking what friendlies they've got, guys. That'd be a lot of research. So yeah, I look at a couple of websites that normally give you the bulk of the fixtures. They don't, but unfortunately, like I say, they don't list every friendly. Wolves coming in on that far side as they attempt to cross the ball into the box, but Celtic blocking it off as Wolves pick up the pieces. Now long ball out to this near side for Wolves as they try to stretch Celtic. Celtic now defending, but Wolves crossing the ball into the box, knocked away by Celtic. As now a strong challenge comes in from Wolves, and the referee blows for a foul. So that will be free kick to Celtic just outside their own box. So yeah, gutted for you there, Ben. Not to worry, mate. Hopefully, the main thing that matters is your team getting the wins when the season starts, mate. So, but yeah, hope you at least enjoyed the game, Ben. Ben saying, smash the like button to help out the channel. Top man, Ben, thank you very much for that. Very nice of you to say, mate. Yes, guys, please do hit that like button. Would be appreciated. Celtic now coming charging down this near side as Wolves come across and press the ball. Celtic now with a corner taken quickly. Ball into the box as it's cut back. And Wolves challenge for the ball as Celtic knock it away further up the field. And now just knocking it about along the halfway line as they work the ball out to that far side. Coming forward now as they come towards the byline. Wolves blocking off that cross there, or should I say the attempted cross, and the referee has blown the whistle. I'm not sure if it's for a foul or an offside. Yeah, I think it's for the foul on the Wolves player there. So yeah, top man Ben, thank you very much for that, mate. Stevie's saying happy Happy birthday, Bex. Thanks, Stevie. Absolutely, mate. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Yeah, massive happy birthday to my lovely missus. And a big thank you to her as well for amazing support with the Fan Den project. She's not a football fan, guys, but she is massively supportive of the project. So, yeah, big shout out to her today. Hope she enjoys her day. And, yeah, hopefully I'm going to be able to spoil her a little bit later on. So, yeah, top man. Thank you, Stevie. Jack saying happy birthday, Mrs. Fan Den. Thank you very much, Jack. You're a star, mate. Thank you for that. Very nice of you to say, mate. Ben also saying happy birthday, Mrs. Fan Den. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for that, Ben. Really do appreciate that. So, yeah, big shout out to Stevie, Jack, and Ben. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for that, guys. I'm sure my missus will love that. So, yeah, Wolves now on the attack on the far side as the ball is crossed into the box. And Celtic managing to knock it back out to that far side. And now Wolves playing it back inside as Celtic just press back into their own half at the moment. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Honest, I really appreciate that. Jack saying 2-1, mate. Boring first half. We hardly got out of our own half. Wolves now coming into the box. Sorry, I'll come back to your comment in a sec, Jack. Getting the shot off there, but Celtic just doing enough to keep the ball out. Now Celtic on the counter-attack as they come charging down the middle and come towards the edge of the Wolves box. Wolves just doing enough to put Celtic off as the ball deflects out to this near side, but Celtic have picked it up again as they manage to push players up the field now. Celtic cutting the ball back inside from this near side as they try to cross the ball into the box, but it's Wolves that intercept it. Now Wolves knocking it out to that far side as they try to push up the field now, relieve the pressure on their goal. But Celtic pressing the ball from the front slightly as Wolves play it out to this near side now and push up towards the halfway line. So sorry, Jack. Jack saying 1-2-1, mate. Boring first half. We hardly got out of our own half. Elliot Anderson with both goals. The winner came in the dying seconds of the last half of the second half. Oh, awesome, mate. I bet that was a really good, enjoyable game, Jack. Always awesome when your team nick it right at the end, isn't it, mate, to be fair. So, yeah, thank you very much for the update there, Jack. And, yeah, sorry, like I say, mate, sorry, I've been crazy morning this morning, so I had a chance to check for that result. But, yeah, there's been some interesting games out there in America that we've managed to catch. Wolves now winning the possession back from a mistimed pass by Celtic in the centre of the pitch. Now Wolves knocking the ball out to this near side. As they play it back to the halfway line. Now long ball crossed out to that far side as Wolves come forward now. Celtic come across to press the ball, challenging for it, and the ball deflects out behind for throwing to Celtic. So, yeah, good bit of defending there by Celtic. You guys are not aware this game being played this afternoon out there in Dublin. So, giving the Irish fans the opportunity to enjoy some football, as Celtic do have a good following out there in Dublin. But I can see empty seats in the ground, guys. I'm quite surprised. I thought it'd be a full house today. So Wolves challenging for the ball there, just on the edge of the Celtic box as the referee blows for a foul. So, yeah, top man Jack, thanks for the update there, mate. Ben saying, it was on. It was on. I just couldn't imagine driving that far. Right, fair enough. Yeah, that is a bit of a distance, actually. Yeah, I didn't realise that was what you were getting at, mate. So, yeah, Well, yeah, Plymouth, Peterborough, yeah, they're on opposite sides of the country, aren't they? So that's pretty much travelling east to west as far as you go, I think, across the UK. So, yeah, I take your point, Ben. That's, yeah, that would be a long drive, especially if you lost the game, mate. So Celtic working the ball out to that far side at the minute as Wolves try to press the ball, but Celtic managing to retain possession. 25 minutes gone, guys. If you're just joining us, currently Celtic 1, Wolverhampton 0. And if your team's playing today, guys, please do let us know who your club are playing with all the friendlies. It's difficult to keep up with all the fixtures. And so Wolves forced back into their own half at the minute as Dazan presses on that far side, knocking the ball out of play. So that's going to be a throw into Wolves. Midway inside their own half of the field on that far side. So, yeah, quite surprised, guys. We're expecting a full stadium today for this game. But, yeah, there's noticeable pockets of empty seats over there in Dublin as Celtic now coming down the middle. Ball cut back as Wolves press the ball. But now Celtic knock it out to this near side. Cross comes into the box as it's intercepted by Wolves. They knock it away, but Celtic pick it up further up the field as they play it back to their centre-backs on the halfway line. And now knocked out to that far side. Now Celtic playing it back to the centre-backs as they work it out to this near side now, trying to stretch Wolves' formation. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that thumbs up. Would be really appreciated. As Wolves now on the attack as they come towards the edge of the Celtic box. Celtic just managing to get back and put Wolves off as Wolves now play it back into the middle, but it's intercepted by Celtic as Wolves challenge for it and now winning it back on the edge of the box as they come out to this near side. Now an attempted shot and it's just wide of that far side post. Joe Hart diving the correct way, but as I say, just couldn't quite get a hand to that, but it wasn't necessary for him. I think he had it covered, but like I say, just wide of that far side post. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ben. Got to agree with you. That makes total sense, mate. Celtic now with the possession at the back on this near side as Wolves challenge for it. Ball kicked out of play. So throwing to Celtic on this near side, midway inside their own half. As Wolves challenge for the ball. Celtic playing it into the middle of the park as Wolves intercept it initially, but couldn't keep the ball under control as the ball pings off into the path of a Celtic player. Celtic knocking it out to this near side as it deflects off a Wolves player and goes out for a throw-in. So throwing to Celtic close to the halfway line. Sorry, guys, just a bit of indigestion. So Celtic with another throw in midway inside their own half as they play it back into the centre of the field. Wolves challenging for it. As the referee blows for a foul for a pull on the shirt. So foul awarded to Wolves. I can't. I think they were both as bad as each other there, to be fair, guys. The Celtic player and the Wolves player both grabbing each other's shirt equally as much. So, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why the referee chose to single out one player there, but he did. Cross comes in from Wolves as it's headed behind by Celtic, and that will be a goal kick. Rich Pro Sports, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. Hope you've had a good summer. Not seen much of you over the summer, but hope you're doing okay, mate. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Rich Post Sports saying happy birthday, Mrs. Fanden. Season's greetings, Gaz. What a season ahead. Can you imagine a day when Celtic join the Premier League? Where could they finish? Top six, mid, or relegation fight? Well, thank you very much, Rich Post Sports. Top man, thank you, mate. Really appreciate the kind words towards my missus. So thank you for that, mate. Really appreciated. Yeah, I don't know that the Celtic Rangers debate joining the Premier League has been going on for a good few years, hasn't it, to be fair, mate? I think I've got to be honest, if it ever did happen, mate, I think where Celtic and Rangers finished would all depend on the circumstances of how they came into the Premier League, if they ever was to. So, for example, if they was to join, if they was ever to join the Premier League or get the opportunity to join the Premier League, I don't think they'd be allowed to just join it straight away. I think other clubs would protest that, and Celtic and Rangers would probably potentially have to maybe start from maybe League Two or League One and earn the way to a promotion. That's the only way I could see it, because I couldn't see. I know it's an interesting debate. It's a great debate, but I just couldn't see imagine all those championship clubs pushing for promotion. Can you imagine the protests coming in from them clubs, mate? If two places were removed for promotion to accommodate Celtic and Rangers, I think there'd be massive protests and loads of legal complications. So I think, yeah, it's an interesting debate. It's a debate that's been going on for a long time, as I say. But I think if it was to ever happen, I think it would be where the Football League would insist that Celtic and Rangers would probably have to maybe start from, say, League Two or something like that. So Wolves now with the possession down this near side. But yeah, as you say, mate, it's an on-running debate that's been going on for a few years. We've got a foul on this near side as Taylor just pulling on the Wolves player's shirt. So he's getting a booking off the referee. And that's going to be a free kick for Wolves in a quite dangerous position, actually. So, yeah. Greg Taylor, he's a better player than that. He doesn't need to do that. He's a good player, but he was just on the back foot, guys, and I think he just felt that the Wolves player was getting away from him, and he's just tried to have a tug on his shirt, and it's not gone unnoticed by the referee. Cross comes in now from the free kick as it's headed away, but Wolves knock it back into the box from the deflected ball as the ball eventually knocked behind, and that will be a goal kick to Celtic. So, yeah, Wolves just heading it wide of this near side from that second attempt. Well wide on this near side post. So, yeah, top man, Rich Post Sports. Really appreciate that, mate. You're a star. Thank you. And yeah, absolutely, that's an interesting debate. It's been going on for quite a long time, hasn't it, mate? Stevie's saying, please hit that like button. Nice one, Stevie. Yes, guys, please do hit that like button. I don't want to bang on about it excessively. Want to enjoy the game, keeping you guys informed of what's going on, and enjoy some conversation with you guys as well. So please do, when you come in, guys, if you're regular members of the Fanden community, it would be appreciated if you could just hit that like. We should be starting to get regular double figures now of likes. I get that there's going to be the odd game where we get lesser likes because it's not as popular, there's not much interest with it, because we do a lot of games around the grounds across the UK, trying to give coverage to as many clubs as possible. But we're getting the Fanden community growing enough now, guys, that most games we should be at least getting 10 likes now. So, yeah, please do hit it, guys. Would be appreciated. The more you guys hit it without me saying, the less I have to mention it in live streams. Because once we start getting a consistent, steady like count, then that'll be enough for me. That'll be enough for me. Yes, I will still mention it, but I won't bang on about it all the time like most other YouTubers do. With all respect, I know that they need to do that. It's part of the YouTube thing, but I don't want to be banging on about it all the time, guys, to be fair. I'd rather enjoy conversation with you. So Wolves knocking the ball out to that far side as Celtic push back into their own half. Been an interesting game so far, guys, quite end-to-end. As we're 35 and a half minutes in. Celtic currently 1-0 up as Wolves now come forward, playing the ball into the middle as they knock the ball out to that far side. It's played into the box as Wolves almost getting a shot off there, but Celtic doing enough as Wolves managed to retain possession. And then eventually the ball cleared up the field as Wolves tracking back to keep possession, but Kyogo pressing the ball from the front, but he's had a foul awarded against him as Wolves take the free kick quickly, knocking it back to the goalkeeper. Now the goalkeeper knocks it out to that far side as Wolves just probing that Celtic formation at the moment as they switch the ball out to this near side now. Clearly trying to test the resolve of that Celtic formation for any defensive mistakes, weaknesses. So thank you, Stevie Topman. Thank you for that, mate. Rich Bo Sports saying, respect, Gaz. What about quality-wise? Well, that's what I mean. If they was to drop into lower leagues, then they'd have to do some serious squad shuffling because of the finance. They'd have to have an adjustment of finance, wouldn't they? But if they was to go straight into the Premier League, obviously that's always the debate, isn't it? If they was to go straight into the Premier League as they are, then I think Celtic and Rangers. It all depends, doesn't it? If they was given this the transfer, if they was given the big payday that all other Premier League clubs get, if they was given that right at the start of the season, what is it? Guaranteed £120 million. So if they was given that at the start of the season, then they're going to go out and invest that to strengthen. But I think that would only give them enough money to invest in the team to finish mid-table, if I'm honest, Rich Ball Sports. I think the best Celtic and Rangers could do in a first season, if they went into it as they are now, maybe with a couple of additions. I think that the first season that they was in it, I think the best they would be able to do would be mid-table. But obviously, as they was in it longer, they would improve. They would get more, be able to invest in better players. And then I think they would start to push up the table and start to cause all those, potentially. I'm not saying there would be title challenges anytime soon, but I certainly think they would push up to the table and start challenging for the top 4 places. But the first season they went into it, mate, I think both Rangers and Celtic would potentially finish mid-table, just because they would have some catching up to do with obviously the investment into the squad for players. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question, mate. As Wolves now knock the ball back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper plays it out to this near side. Celtic just chasing shadows a little bit at the moment as Wolverhampton enjoying a good spell of possession, although they haven't done an awful lot with it. They have had a couple of spells going forward, creating problems in the Celtic box, but not too many clear-cut shots on goal in this last 5 or 10 minutes, while Wolves have been in the majority of possession as they come forward now towards the edge of the box, playing the ball in behind. But Joe Hart quickly comes out and smothers that ball as Neto there trying to get on the end of it. But yeah, Joe Hart quickly closes the space, jumps on the ball, and that relieves the pressure for Celtic. So yeah, thank you, Rich Ball Sports, mate. Thanks for that, mate. So Celtic now playing the ball out wide to that far side, headed back by Wolves, but now Celtic pick up the pieces as they come charging down that far side now, challenged by Wolves as the referee decides to pull it back for a free kick. The Wolves player there getting a bit too much of the Celtic players, should we say, putting it nicely. Celtic now with a free kick taken quickly as they play it towards the edge of the box. Now cut back across the edge of the box as Kyogo gets a shot off, but it's blocked off by the Wolves defenders as the ball deflects out to this near side for throwing to Celtic. Probably about 6-7 yards from the corner flag, guys. Celtic now take it short on this near side as they try to work the ball back inside, but pushed up the field by Wolves as Wolves keeping their midfield and defence compact. But now Celtic getting in behind from some sloppy play there at the back by Wolves. Goalkeeper just doing enough there to put Celtic off as they were in behind momentarily. But yes, got to say it, guys. Concerns here for Wolves fans with some of this sloppy defending at the back at the moment. So, yeah, definitely work for Wolves still to do with the remainder of pre-season as the ball eventually deflects out to that far side. Celtic picking it up as they come again. I'll come to your comment in a sec, Rich Bo Sports, just expecting a shot from Celtic. And now Wolves have managed to clear it up the field as Joe Hart comes out to intercept that and knocks it out on the far side. Rich Bo Sports saying, Steve-O, good to see you. Good to see you here, a loyal fan. Question, how hard or competitive should friendlies be? Arsenal played Man United and Saka took plenty of stick. It's an interesting one, that, Rich Bo Sports, because when I was doing some of the coverage of some of the American games, I can't remember which manager it was. I can't remember if it was the Brentford manager or the Brighton manager. But they actually said they preferred the games being out in America because there was a lot more competitive and they felt that it was better preparation for the start of the season. So that's not me saying that, mate. That's one of the Premier League managers. I can't remember which one it was that said it, but I know I heard it in an interview whilst we were doing some of those games in America. I can't remember if it was the Brighton manager or the Brentford manager that said it, but they said that they felt that rather than just playing friendly games against local teams back in England, that the preparation in America was better because it was more intense games. The fans were demanding more intense games, and it was closer to replicating what a competitive game would be. So, yeah, it's a good question, though, Rich Bo Sports. Celtic now coming forward down that far side as they work their way towards the edge of the Wolves box. Cross comes in as it's worked out to this near side as Celtic just managing to get a shot off there, but kind of snatched at it a little bit and hitting it on the volley as it goes straight over the bar. Good effort there by Celtic, but as I say, guys, he hit it on the volley, so it's I think he just didn't quite guess the bounce right, and it, as I say, he's blasted it high and over the bar. But yeah, good effort overall from Celtic, as Celtic now winning the ball back on that far side, playing it back into the middle, but it's Wolves that now intercept it as they try to relieve the pressure, playing it up towards the halfway line, now playing it out to this near side as they come forward into the Celtic half of the field, working the ball towards the edge of the Celtic box. Celtic coming across to press the ball. Now Wolves come inside, managing to get a shot off from the edge of the box, but it's comfortable for Joe Hart to save that, and Celtic will be able to build again from the back. So, yeah, thank you very much for that, Stevie. Yeah, as I say, mate, great question, that. So, top man, thank you, Stevie. Guys, don't forget, please do hit that thumbs up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Football Fandom is exactly what it says on the tin. We are trying to build a channel for good football fans to come together. And you guys are trying to do my best to help you guys feel part of the Fandom project. So if that sounds good to you guys, please do consider subscribing. Ball knocked out on that far side for a throw into Wolves. Probably about 10 yards, 12 yards from the corner flag. As the referee blows for the half-time whistle. So, yeah, that was that half gone by pretty quick. So, at half-time, guys, it's Celtic 1, Wolverhampton 0. I've got to be honest, Celtic have looked quite impressive in this game. Looking really good, looking really sharp. So, hopefully that's going to stand them in good stead. With preparation for the Champions League, from my perspective, guys, I expect Celtic to put in a strong performance in the Scottish Premiership this season, as they always do. But for me, I'm looking to see how Celtic do in Europe this season, because as most Celtic fans know, very disappointing campaign last season in the Champions League. But this season, with a second chance, second opportunity, and a bit more experience, I'm hoping for a much more improved performance from Celtic in Europe this season. I'm not saying they're going to guarantee promotion, but I expect them to at least put up a fight, guys. Come on, this is one of the biggest clubs in Scotland. They should be at least competing a little bit better in the Champions League than they did in the previous league season. And that's not a nasty criticism, guys. That's just a constructive criticism, because I want to see Scottish clubs doing well in Europe. So, yeah. So hopefully this game is great preparation for it. So thanks for that, Rich Bow Sports. Rich Bow Sports also saying Celtic former manager has joined Spurs, and because of that, my expectation of a Spurs top 4 finish have been lowered. The gap between Scotland and England, English Premier League, is huge. Right, fair enough, mate. Yeah, fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to disagree with you. That fair play. That's your opinion. I don't know, because Brendan Rodgers, when he moved from Celtic to Scotland, obviously, from Celtic to Leicester, he had a positive impact at the start at Leicester. He had a positive impact. He got them competing. He did well. I'm not saying he did anything special at Leicester, but he certainly got them heading in the right direction. It's just in the last, obviously the last season or two, it's been a bit disappointing, hasn't it, for Leicester fans. So, yeah, that's kind of why Brendan Rodgers has gone. But, yeah, I don't know how he's going to do, mate. I'm sitting back interested and see how he does. But, yeah, I think he's going to find it a lot more. Obviously, he's definitely going to find the games a lot more competitive down in England, more consistently than in Scotland. But, yeah, with all respect to Scottish football, Celtic are a fantastic club, mate. They are a fantastic club, no question about that. But like you say, it's that massive gap in it, the difference between, and I think that as a football fan, guys, that's frustrating for me, because I think that gap, that how this SPFL, the Scottish League, is the gap between those top teams and the middle of the league teams is huge. It's absolutely huge. And I've got to say, guys, this is, like I said, this is just constructive criticism. I think it's holding Rangers and Celtic back from doing better in Europe. That, like I said, I'm not saying that with any nastiness. I want Celtic and Rangers to do well in Europe. I really do. Every season they qualify for Europe, I always watch them, and I always hope that they're going to do well, progress in the competitions, and get some a good payday out of it to help them invest in the team and bring in better quality players. And I think Celtic do reasonably well attracting good players. Rangers do okay at attracting good players. But it's that next level of players. It's that next top level of players that Celtic and Rangers need to reach to be able to compete in the Champions League. And you don't need a lot of those players. You just need a scattering of those players, don't you? You just need 2 or 3 of those players in your team, and they can inspire the rest of the squad and make your team really competitive. So, yeah, that's a fair comment. Rich Paul Sports. Although I'm going to stand reserved, mate. I'm going to be watching with great interest to see how the former Celtic manager gets on down there at Spurs. Also, going to be interested to see how Brendan Rodgers gets on at Celtic, because I know he's a good manager, but sometimes taking when you've been at a club and then going back there, it doesn't always, a lot of the time, it doesn't work out well, does it? Guys, a lot of managers that when they go back to a club for a second spell, it doesn't never seem to be as good as the first spell. I mean, just look at Liverpool, perfect example. Kenny Dalglish, first time he managed Liverpool, he was absolutely on fire. You know, he couldn't do a lot wrong. But then when he went back for a second shot for a brief spell, I don't know what you want to call it. He lost the X factor or what, I don't know, but it just wasn't the same. So I hope it is. I hope he does well for Celtic. I really do. But I'd be interested to know, if you're a Celtic fan, let me know your feelings on Brendan Rodgers going back to your club. Do you think it's a good move, or do you think it's a step backwards? I'll be really interested to know. You guys know your own club better than I do, so that's why I want to hear from you guys. Doesn't matter what my opinion is. With all respect to Rich Paul Sport, he's got some fantastic football knowledge and opinions, but he's not a Celtic fan. It's you guys that are Celtic fans. So if you are a Celtic fan, we'd be very fascinated to know how you feel about Brendan Rodgers going back to Celtic. Do you think it's a good move, or do you think it is a step backwards? Please do feel free to drop your comments in the chat. So, yeah, Rich Paul Sports also saying, great to hear your passion and simple love for the game. Gaz, Fanden is a much valued space for football fan. Sorry, mate. Football fan purist. Purist? I've never heard that word before. That's a new one on me. Oh, I'll have to look that one up. Purist. I'm quite knowledgeable with the English language, mate, but I've never heard that one before. That's a new one. So, yeah, top man, Rich Paul Sports teaching me a new English word. I'm going to have to learn what that means. Purisic. Is that a spelt error, mate, or is that an actual word? You got me curious now, Rich Paul Sports. But top man, Rich Paul Sports, really appreciate that. Nice of you to say, guys, go and check out Rich Paul Sports if you've got a minute. He's does some good stuff on his channel, and I'm sure he would appreciate the support. So, yeah, top man, Rich Paul Sports, nice of you to say, mate. And as you know, I'm just trying to build a channel where fans can feel part of the project and feel and build a positive, good fan community for fans that just enjoy talking football with other fans. Megan Diamond, how you doing, mate? Welcome to Football Fan Den. Pleasure to have you with us. Megan saying, well, after the first half, I'm pleased with how we're playing. Awesome. Megan, top man, thank you very much for that. I'm just trying to see, can't see a club badge. So, Megan, if you could, mate, please do let me know. Is that a reference? Are you a Wolves fan or a Celtic fan, mate? Obviously, just because it's not giving me any indication in your comment, and I can't see any badge or anything on your thumbnail. So, yeah, Megan, absolutely, really buzzing to hear that you're happy with that. I'm presuming you might be a Celtic fan if you're happy, because obviously, as I say, guys, Celtic played really well in that first half. Not too much mistakes. They managed to defend well when they had to. They managed to get forward well when they had to. They created all sorts of problems for Wolves in the box. If anything, guys, I'd say it was Wolves that had the slightly that have work to do, if you get my meaning. So yeah, they definitely showed some defensive weaknesses. So yeah. But, yeah, not much wrong in that first half from Celtic, to be fair, but definitely stuff to work on defensively for Wolves. Wolves did do well when they got forward. They were causing Celtic problems as well, although the difference between the two sorry, guys, I'm getting tongue-tied here. The difference between the two teams was that when Celtic were getting forward, they was causing all sorts of panic in the Wolves box. But when Wolves were getting forward, Celtic seemed to be dealing with it a lot better than Wolves. There wasn't as much panic. They was organised. They kept their formation. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of games. You've seen that there can be that momentary moment of panic. But overall, I was impressed with Celtic's defending. Joe Hart looks really sharp. Really, really sharp. So, yeah, that's really pleasing to see. And if he's playing that well for Celtic, then maybe Gareth Southgate should be considering whether to give him another call-up. Because let's be honest, Pickford's not exactly been convincing, has he, recently? But, yeah. Just because Joe Hart is an older goalkeeper now doesn't mean he's still not got something to offer for the national team as far as England's concerned. But yeah, I'd love to know if you Celtic fans do think Joe Hart deserves another call up for England. So yeah, thank you for that, Megan, top man. I presume apologies if you are a lady. My apologies. I'm not sure because Megan is a kind of. It can be a man's name and it can also be a lady's name. So, yeah, top man, so apologies for that, Megan. But thank you, Megan. Appreciate that. And, yeah, Megan just confirming there, Celtic. So, thank you for that, Megan. Appreciate that. Yep, you should be, mate. Good performance from Celtic. Ryan Walsh, welcome to Football Fan Den, mate. Pleasure to have you with us. Ryan Walsh saying, yo, hi. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. How you doing? Please do let us know which club you support, mate. Be interesting to hear which fans we got dropping into the chat and where in the world you're from, guys. You don't need to give us your specific address, but just tell us if you're in America, Scotland, Australia. Would be interested to know where you are in the world. But yeah, welcome to the show, Ryan Walsh. Pleasure to have you with us, mate. Yeah, would be interested to know what club you support, mate. Great to have you with us. Megan, obviously letting us know that Celtic fan. So nice one, Megan. And yeah, absolutely, mate. Good. Glad you're happy with that first half performance. And you, as rightly so, mate. Rightly so. Really impressive first half performance from Celtic, if you ask me. So hopefully it's going to be a good second half. Like I said, guys, both teams closely matched. I would say the noticeable difference was Wolves with a little bit more panic in the box when they were when they was having to defend. Celtic with some good crosses into the box, creating panic. And also some good opportunities. Celtic, one thing that impressed me from Celtic that I've got to be honest, guys, it's an observation, just my observation. It's not a nasty criticism. It's just an observation that I've noticed in pre-season. Celtic prepared to take more shots from the edge of the box. Whereas I've seen a lot of the Premier League clubs like Newcastle, Man United, Arsenal, in their pre-season preparation, they've seemed to be more reluctant to take shots from the edge of the box. I'm not saying they're taking no shots from the edge of the box. I'm just saying that they've not been as free-flowing as we might expect normally with shots from the edge of the box. So, yeah. I think that's a compliment to Celtic, if you ask me, guys, because, if you see an opening, if you're on the edge of the box and you see a gap, take a shot. Take a shot because, that could be the best goal of the game, could potentially be the best goal of the season. So why not? I always think if players see space and they're on the edge of the box, just take a shot. Just go for it because taking shots creates panic in the box. And you never know, it may end up in the back of the net off a deflection or anything. So, yeah. So, guys, just bear with me. I'm just refreshing my internet. So, yeah. So, thank you for that, Megan. As I say, mate, pleasure to have you with us here at Football Fan Den. Joey, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. Joey saying, hi, Gaz, how are you doing? What's the score? Currently 1-0 to Celtic, mate. Currently 1-0 to Celtic. But, yeah, thank you very much for that, Joey. As always, mate, great to see you and pleasure to have you with us. Yeah, been an interesting first half, as I was just saying to the guys. Celtic looking very impressive in that first half, but Wolves looking good, but look also like they've got some work to do on their defensive areas. But overall, a really good end-to-end game from both sides. Plenty of opportunities on goal. And as I say, hopefully we'll be having more attempts on goal in the second half. So, yeah, guys, if you clubs, a lot of clubs kicking off at 3 o'clock. So if your club is playing this afternoon, please do drop your comments in. Let us know who they're playing. Would be interesting to hear from you guys. So there's an Irish drum band on the edge of the pitch here, guys, just entertaining the fans in the half-time break. So just see that some of the players, substitution players, just warming up as we wait for the second half to get underway. Like I say, guys, your team playing today. Please do let me know who you're playing. A lot of games going on across the UK. So, yeah, top man, Joey, thank you for that, mate. And as I say, score is currently 1-0 to Celtic. But end to end, so hopefully we're going to have plenty more goals in the second half. Megan Diamond saying the front three were relentless. Yeah, absolutely. Can't agree with you, Megan. Yeah, like I say, mate, really impressed with Celtic in that first half. I thought this was going to be a good test for both sides. Obviously, good preparation for Celtic for Champions League football, facing Premier League opposition, and certainly good preparation for Wolves, obviously, because they're going to be facing some tough Premier League clubs throughout the season. So this fixture is fantastic for me, for both clubs, for their preparation for the start of the season. Well, that's interesting. Is there no smoking ban in Ireland? I'm just noticing that fans smoking in the stands, and that's an interesting one, guys, because you're not allowed to do that in an English stadium anymore. I don't think you're allowed to do that in a Scottish stadium anymore, but you must be in Ireland, because I've just seen fans smoking. So that's an interesting. I know it's a random one, guys, but I take notice of stuff like that because I value freedom and people's freedom. I'm a very strong believer that we live in a country that's supposed to be free. So I'm never impressed when governments making too many rules and regulation. I believe people should have the right to their freedom of choice and freedom of expression. So that's why that caught my eye. But yeah, sorry about this distraction, guys. So players just in the tunnel about to come out. Megan saying, I just subbed. I'm away to grab a quick bite to eat before the second half starts. Top man, Megan, thank you very much for subscribing. A pleasure to have you part of the Fanden community, mate. Great to have you with us, top man. And you're going to have to let me know, mate, a man or a lady, so I don't keep saying top man by mistake, because we do have another Megan fan that drops in. That's a football fan in the UK as well. Megan that I'm thinking of is a Bolton fan, but he is a guy as well. So yeah, okay. So yeah, just been told by my lovely wife that she can see from the profile picture that you are a girl. So apologies, Megan. My bad, mate. Apologies there. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. As you can check on the channel, I'm very much respectful of both men and ladies alike. That's why we give coverage to the Ladies World Cup, because we respect that equality is important and rightly deserved for both, equally for ladies and men. So we're back underway, guys, as the ball kicked long up the field and knocked out of play. So yeah, top stuff, Megan. Really appreciate that, mate, and welcome to the Fanden community. A pleasure to have you with us. Really do appreciate that. Stevie's saying thanks, thank you, Megan. Enjoy your food. Yeah, absolutely, nice one, Stevie. Yeah, hope you're having something nice there, Megan. And yeah, as I say, mate, great to have you with us. So ball played down that far side as Wolves intercept it, knocking it back up the field. Not as Celtic now winning the ball on the halfway line, knocking it back out to that far side. And now the ball challenged by both players as Wolves awarded a free kick midway inside their own half out on that far side as they play the ball long across the field and out to this near side. Now ball knocked up the field as Celtic intercept it, playing it back to the goalkeeper. Missed time pass there by Joe Hart as the Wolves striker there was pressing the ball, pressing the goalkeeper, and just intercepted it momentarily. But the ball ricocheted off his boot and straight back into the path of Joe Hart. So Joe Hart just managing to gather the ball there to save his blushes. Now Wolves with a long ball out to this near side, but a bit too much pace on that, and it's gone out for a throw-in. So, guys, we've got 12 people watching, so please do hit that like button. Shouldn't be a problem with the amount of views we're having today. Shouldn't be a problem to get 10 likes on this game, a Celtic v Wolves game. And as I say, we've had plenty of views during the stream so far, so hopefully we're into double figures. Would be appreciated, guys, to just hit that like button and show a little bit of support. And if you have already, thank you very much, guys. Celtic now coming forward down that far side as they just play it back into their own half under pressure from Wolves, knocking it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And now Joe Hart with a long ball down the middle as it comes out to this near side. And Celtic there almost getting in behind, but the linesman just putting his flag up. And I think the Celtic play, yeah, you can just see he was a yard offside as Joe Hart kicked the ball up the field. Wolves playing that high line there. So now Wolves knocking it out to this near side as Celtic challenge for the ball, but Wolves managing to keep possession. Just midway inside their own half at the minute as they push forward towards the halfway line. Now coming down the middle as they race forward into the Celtic half of the field. Playing the ball out to this near side. Can Wolves get a cross in? Cross comes in. Celtic knocking it behind. And that will be a corner to Wolves on this near side of the pitch. So, yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, just to let you know, it's currently Celtic 1, Wolves 0. Just coming up to 49 minutes gone. So Wolves with the corner on this near side of the pitch. Corner comes in, headed away by Celtic as they head it further up the field. But now Wolves intercept it as they play it back towards the halfway line. And missed time pass there by Wolves, playing it back into the centre circle. Celtic now with an opportunity as they come racing down the middle. Ball knocked out to this near side as it's cut back into the box. And Wolves just doing enough there as they knock the ball out to this near side and relieve the pressure. But Celtic really pouncing on Wolves' defensive mistakes there. I don't get what's going on here with Wolves. It's like they're a bit lethargic or something with some of the mistakes they're making in defence at the moment. But credit to Celtic. They look sharp. Apologies. Like I say, guys, I'm showing no bias. I'm completely neutral in this. Football Fandom is about all UK clubs. So I always try to be neutral. But give constructive criticism. And at the moment, the criticism has got to go in Wolves' direction. They look like they're still at the start of pre-season with some of the mistakes that they're making in defence. But like I say, Celtic very sharp, quick to pounce on any mistakes so far. I don't know whether that's just because Celtic, got to also take into account, guys, Celtic a little bit further ahead in their pre-season preparations. Because obviously the Scottish League starts a week or so before the English Premier League. So ball knocked out on that far side as Wolves intercept it, trying to play it up the field. So ball just gone out on that far side, guys. So we're just waiting for the throw in. The Wolves now coming forward as Celtic challenge for the ball. Wolves coming down the middle, but Celtic have managed to win it back as they play it back to Joe Hart. So just gone a little bit cagey in the last 5 minutes, guys. But hopefully the game will kick into action as Celtic now knocking the ball out to this near side as they come forward. Cross comes into the box, but it's intercepted by Wolves. And Dazan challenging for the ball there as the ball just ricochets off him there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So Wolves get us back underway as they play it out from the back. Again, another bad pass there by Wolves as Celtic pick it up midway inside the Wolves half. But now Celtic challenge for the ball as Wolves win it back momentarily. And now Wolves coming charging down the middle as Celtic challenge for the ball, winning it back. Now Celtic play it out to that far side. I've got to be honest, guys, the body language for some of these players in the Wolves team doesn't look good. Celtic now coming forward as the ball crossed into the box, knocked away out to this near side by Wolves, but Celtic knock it back into the box with a cross as it's deflected away towards the edge of the pitch on that far side, and eventually Wolves managed to knock it away for a throw into Celtic on the far side of the pitch, level with the box, so probably about maybe 10 yards from the corner flag. So, yeah, thanks, Stevie. Oh. Offside flag goes up against Celtic, so that will be a free kick to Wolves. They just tried to chip the ball in from that far side, getting in behind the Wolves' defence, but as I say, the Celtic forward there just getting caught offside momentarily. Ball played back to the goalkeeper for Wolves as Wolves now play it out to that far side. Long ball up the field as Celtic intercept it. Heading it back down the field by Celtic, knocked as the Wolves goalkeeper comes out to that far side to intercept it. Now Wolves with the opportunity to build from the back. Wolves need to pick up the pace a bit at the minute. They really do look like they're at the start of pre-season, not midway through pre-season. Celtic pressing the ball well from the front. As Wolves just knocking it about at the moment on the edge of their own box as they try to push a bit further up the field. Bit too much of a cautious approach at the minute from Wolves as they play the ball down the middle, cut out by Celtic, but the ball deflects straight back into the path of a Wolves player as they play it back to the centre-backs. Now Wolves knock the ball out to this near side and play back to the centre-backs. And now a long ball out to that far side as it's headed down by Wolves, but Celtic intercept it. Now Celtic play out from the back as they come forward now, charging down the middle, looking to get in behind. Oh, and a good idea there by Celtic, but just cut out by the Wolves player. And that would have been an absolutely awesome counter-attack goal if that had come off. Wolves now coming forward down that far side as They cross the ball into the box, coming towards the edge of the byline there as the ball pings off the post. And that was a really close, just keeping it in. Joe Hart coming out to try and make the angle tight, but somehow the Wolves player got it round Joe Hart and the ball just pinged off the post and into the path of an on-running Wolves player, but caught him by surprise, and ball goes out behind for a goal kick. Now the ball knocked out to that far side as Wolves tried to push up the field. Ball challenged by Celtic, and eventually the ball's gone out for a throw-in on that far side. So Wolves take it quickly. And so they play it back towards the centre-backs. Now coming forward down that far side, but Celtic pushing players across to press the ball well, making life difficult for Wolves at the minute. So Wolves still in possession at the minute, but Celtic pressing the ball well from the front as Wolves forced to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now played out to this near side as Wolves push up towards the halfway line, but Celtic shifting players across to make themselves difficult to break down as Wolves now play it back into the middle. And now a long ball down the centre of the field, trying to get in behind that Celtic defence, but read badly there by the Wolves forward as Joe Hart manages to gather the ball, and that gives Celtic the chance to build again from the back, as they do now, coming forward, working the ball out to this near side as they come up the field. And now the referee blowing for a foul here. So free kick to Celtic as they now take the free kick. Oh, and Celtic with a ball straight down the middle there as they just got towards the edge of the box, getting the shot off, and it's just wide of this near side post. But yeah, really good shot. Actually a bit wider than it looked, but good idea there by Celtic trying to hit Wolves quickly. And that's the difference between the two sides at the minute, guys. Celtic really quick and sharp to try and get shots on goal, but Wolves with really slow build-up play at the moment. So Kyogo just at the moment down in the box, receiving treatment. I think it's just cramp, guys. But yeah, medical staff just come on to attend to him. So we've got a break in play. If you just join us, guys, we're just coming up to 60 minutes gone. It's currently Celtic 1, Wolverhampton 0. So yeah. So I think we are going to see some substitution here, guys, as one or two of the Celtic players seem to be struggling with a bit of cramp, particularly Kyogo. But he has had a good game, guys, so far. He's been a real threat for Celtic. So Matt O'Reilly coming off for Celtic as Kyoan Kwang. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. I think he's a new Celtic player, isn't he? He's coming on. Kyogo coming off. I think that's just precautionary with him going down because of those, through the fact that he going down with a bit of cramp. So yeah, bang on the half an hour mark. Celtic making a double substitution. So yeah, Kyogo Fura coming off and Hyai Jung Yang coming on. Apologies, guys, I'm not great at reading out these Japanese names. So Wolves with the ball on that far side as Wolves trying to relieve the pressure on their own box, but Celtic pressing well from the front as the ball deflects off the Celtic forward, goes, and that's gone out of play, so that's going to be a goal kick to Wolves. But Wolves really needing to pick up the pace here, guys. Honest, I am shocked at how slow Wolves are playing in this game. They really need to step it up because this pace will not be good enough for the start of the Premier League season. Wolves now knocking the ball forward into the centre. A Celtic challenge for the ball, looking really dangerous at the minute. Celtic and hungry as well, guys. That's the noticeable thing. Celtic looking a lot more hungry than Wolverhampton at the moment as they've knocked the ball out to this near side, cutting back inside, and Yang there getting a shot off, but comfortable save by the goalkeeper. But that will obviously settle the player down as he's only just come on the pitch. So I'm sure he's happy and pleased that he's at least got an early shot off just to get his eye in. As Wolves now, long ball up the field, ball over the top as they try to get in behind that Celtic defence. Now Celtic coming across to challenge the ball on this near side as the referee blows for a foul. So, yeah, Celtic now with the free kick as they play the ball forward. And another foul awarded for a foul on I can never pronounce his name. Dyson. I can't. It's the I that puts me off. Dazun. I can never pronounce it with the I. He's got an I in his name. So apologies, guys. You Celtic fans have probably started to get used to pronouncing some of these Japanese names, but I'm a bit less experienced, guys. So Celtic coming charging forward now as they're pushed out wide on this near side, managing to get the attempted cross on there, but it's blocked off by Wolves, and the ball goes behind for a corner on this near side to Celtic. But yeah, Celtic trying to turn the screw, looking for that second goal. So got a corner on this near side for Celtic. Guys, 14 people watching, so please do hit that like button. Would be nice to get into double figures for this one, guys. Corner comes in. It's deep, really deep, as Celtic pick it up on that far side. Now trying to play through the Wolves defence, as Wolves just managing to do enough to put off Celtic. The ball deflecting out on that far side for a throw-in. Apologies, guys. I don't know who got the last touch to that. Wolves got the last touch to that. So Celtic throw-in. So Wolves throwing as the ball just knocked straight back out of play again. So Wolves quickly take their throw as they play it back to the goalkeeper. And now Wolves playing it down forward up towards the halfway line on this near side as Celtic come across to press the ball, but Wolves managing to work through that press as they come into the Celtic half now, playing it into the middle, coming forward now on the edge of the box as they work it out wide to that far side. Cross comes in as it's a bit too much on it. Wolves having to reacquire possession on this near side as Celtic press the ball. Now Wolves coming towards the edge of the box, but it's challenged by Celtic as Celtic now try to relieve the pressure as they try to hit Wolves on the counter-attack, but a coming together of players there as Yang going down and Nelson Semedo booked by the referee. Yeah, that, I don't know, just 50-50 that, guys, but obviously it's gone Celtic's way because Yang was in possession. So the referee getting that decision right. Celtic now coming forward down that far side as they come towards the edge of the box. Cross comes in. knocked away by Wolves, but Celtic picking up the pieces on the edge of the Wolves box as they try to knock the ball up the field. And now we've got another coming together of players midway inside Celtic's half of the field. This time free kick to Wolves. So we're having another substitution here, guys. Stephen Welsh coming off for Celtic. And it's Ben McPherson coming on for Celtic. 67 minutes gone, guys. Still 1-0 to Celtic. I think Welsh has had a really good game, to be honest. Most of the Celtic players had, and some of the Wolves players have had a good game, but some of them not looking quite up to speed just yet. I'd say with Wolves, it's divided, guys. The forward play's looking reasonably hungry, but the Wolves defenders not looking as sharp as they should, if you ask me, guys. But like I say, that's no bias. That's just an honest assessment. Celtic now with the possession midway inside their own half as they knock the ball forward on that far side. Wolves intercepting it as the Celtic player there just slipped as he intercepted that. Wolves playing it out to this near side as they try to push forward now. Celtic got themselves well organised at the moment. They look really impressive defensively so far in this one. They've kept themselves compact, kept the defence tight, shifted players across as Wolves now knocking the ball out to that far side, trying to stretch the Celtic formation. As the ball crossed into the box and headed on, and it's just wide of that far post. And that will be a goal kick to Celtic, but better there from Wolves. That's probably their first decent opportunity for quite a while in the second half, guys, if I'm honest. So, yeah, it was Kuna there with the header, but he just couldn't direct it on target. But in fairness, guys, Joe Hart did go the right way. So Wolves winning back possession on that far side as Celtic tried to move forward, but now Wolves coming down the middle as they work the ball out to this near side. Cross comes into the box, it's deep, and a shot on goal again by Wolves at the back post there. But Joe Hart again positioning himself fantastically as he blocks the ball out. Ball pings out up the field, but Wolves come again as they work the ball out to this near side. Ball's gone out for a throw-in, and we're going to have another substitution here, guys. But yeah, I'm impressed with Joe Hart today. He looks really sharp. So yeah, I'm interested, guys. Let me know. Do you think Joe Hart should be getting consideration for England, or do you think he's too old? Personally, myself, I do not think he's too old. So he Chan coming on for Wolves. Pablo Sarabia coming off for Wolves. Totti Gomez coming on. And another player's gone off. Apologies, guys. I missed the other Wolves player that's come off. But yeah, I think that's needed for Wolves to make a couple of substitutions. Celtic also making another substitution here, guys. So Leal Abada coming off, and Hyung Ho coming on. Apologies, I'm not reading his name correctly. These Japanese names are quite a mouthful, but credit to Celtic for getting themselves out in the world transfer market and looking for places in the world where other big clubs are not noticing the talent. Becoming obvious that Celtic doing some great scouting out there in Japan. So I'm having a couple of substitutions here for Celtic, guys. So Leo Abad coming off. Siad Haksaba coming on for Celtic. Rio Hatta coming off. Odi Tiago Holm coming on for Celtic. So we're back underway as Wolves now building from the halfway line, working the ball out to this near side. Celtic shift players across to challenge for the ball. Wolves losing possession now as Celtic play it back inside. Now coming forward down the middle as they knock it out wide to this near side. Celtic coming into the box. Oh, and a nice idea there from Yang, trying to play it in behind, but he just played the ball a little bit too quick, and the Celtic player there unable to get on the end of it as the ball goes straight to the goalkeeper. So Wolves now able to play out from the back. Joey's saying Wolves sound like they need to shake things up before start of the season. Yes, Joey, absolutely, mate. Spot on, yeah. Like I say, just because, as you know, the Premier League, Joey, you know, you've been a Liverpool fan, mate, you know that the Premier League is ruthless with speed, fast play, and you've got to be with it. And I think this is great preparation for Wolves, but also great preparation for Celtic for the Champions League as well. But like I say, Celtic looking really sharp. Got to say it, guys. I'm not just bigging them up. I have no preference in this. I'm giving it you honestly. Celtic look really sharp from front to back, but Wolves looking sharp up front, but some concerns for their defensive players because they've made a number of mistakes, guys, and they've looked a little bit leggy, a little bit slow, and like I say, maybe I don't know whether it's Celtic looking so sharp that's making Wolves defenders look a bit more average. I don't know, guys. Can't put my finger on it. But definitely work to do to improve the Wolves' sharpness in defence. And like I say, that's no bias, guys. That's just an honest assessment. That's what these pre-season friendlies are for, to judge how ready the teams are for the start of the season. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. You're spot on there, mate. Hopefully, at least I appreciate that. At least that tells me that I'm giving you guys a fair description. Like I say, no bias from me, guys. Just an honest assessment to let you guys know how your club are looking ready for the start of the season. Wolves challenging for the ball on this near side, and we've got another foul here. So we've got a Wolves player down. The Celtic player just coming across to pat him and let him know that it wasn't intentional. Kuwong, the player there challenging for the ball. He just came in from behind, and the Wolves player, I think he's felt like one in the backside, guys. I think he got a knee right in the worst place you can get it, apart from one other place as a man, right in the top of the buttock, shall we say, or should I say the bottom of the buttock, right at the bottom, at the top of your thigh, but right underneath your bum cheek. So that's got to be quite a painful one. You don't want a knee there, do you, guys? So yeah, hopefully he's going to be okay. That's the medical staff just giving him some treatment. It's going to be a painful one, that one. Like I say, just come in from behind. It was completely accidental from the Celtic player, but just the momentum. He's getting up, and it's funny when you get up seeing a player holding the backside. Sorry, guys, I can't help it. It is a little bit funny. Of all the players that players can get injured, there's a bit of padding there, isn't there? So, so yeah, sorry, guys, I shouldn't be laughing, should I? Hopefully, he's going to be okay to continue. So we're going to have a free kick on this near side for Wolves. Just bear with us, guys. We are waiting for the... Oh, the Wolves wanted to make a double substitution, but the referee saying no. Let's get the free kick played first. So 76 minutes gone, guys. If you're just joining us, Celtic 1, Wolves 0. Tight game so far. As far as goals, anyway, Celtic now winning a free kick midway inside the Celtic half of the field. Slightly out to this near side, guys. So, yeah, 22 people watching, guys. Thank you very much for coming, checking us out. Please do consider hitting that like button and consider subscribing. Football Fan Den is quite new on YouTube. We're building a channel for good fans to come together, and we do a lot of match watch-alongs. I try to give coverage, commentary to keep you guys informed what your team are doing, because I recognize that not all games available for you guys all of the time, with the different TV companies all competing for games. So I do my best to try and keep you guys informed on whatever games I can. Celtic now coming forward down this near side as they work their way towards the Wolves box, but now Wolves challenging for it as Wolves try to counter-attack, coming forward down this near side as they come charging into the Celtic box, but Celtic challenging for it. Mistime pass into the box there by Wolves. Sees Celtic win possession, and very clever play there by Celtic as they come out from the edge of the box and just draw a foul in a good position to relieve the pressure, and that will be a free kick to Celtic. Nelson coming up for Wolves as Matt Doherty coming on. And I think we're having another substitution as well. So Mario Lemina coming off for Wolves. Fabio Silva coming on. So we're going to have the game restarted in a moment from this free kick for Celtic. Yeah, so Celtic with a long ball up the field from the free kick as it's out wide to that far side. Well, Wolves intercepting it as they knock it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper switching the play out to this near side as they play it forward now. Celtic challenging for the ball, but Wolves almost keeping it. But I'm so impressed with Celtic's hunger in this game. Really showing some serious hunger to win back the ball. But Wolves challenging back for it as they win it back now, trying to get up the field as Celtic challenging for it, but the ball deflects out to this near side for throwing to Wolves midway inside the Celtic half of the field. Wolves playing it back to the halfway line, knocked out wide to that far side as Celtic challenge for it. I don't know whether Celtic have recognised the bit of the slowness from them, some of them Wolves defenders. Wolves now with a long ball out to this near side as Celtic quickly come across to challenge it. It's gone out for a throw into Wolves. Wolves take it quickly now as they try to get in behind and do. Ball cut back as I think the referee just blowing the whistle as he deemed that ball had just sneaked out of play. And that will be a goal kick to Celtic. So bang on 80 minutes, guys, into the last 10 minutes. Currently 1-0 to Celtic. So Celtic playing out from the back. As they play it back to the goalkeeper. So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Absolutely bob on there, mate. Like I say, no bias from me, mate. Just trying to give an honest assessment for you guys that might be listening in that are Celtic and Wolves fans. So another challenge in the middle of the park there, as that will be another free kick, this time to Wolves. Wolves knocking it back to the centre-backs as they knock it out wide to that far side, but Celtic quickly intercept it as Wolves with a mistimed pass there. Celtic now knocking it back towards the defensive players and back to the goalkeeper as they now play the ball long down the middle. And Celtic now with a possession in the centre circle as they play it out wide now, coming charging forward, space to run into for Celtic as they come towards the edge of the box, getting a shot off and just blocked off by Wolves. But Celtic pick up the pieces on the edge of the box as another shot comes in, blocked off again by Wolves. But Celtic retaining possession on that far side, but Wolves coming back to challenge for the ball. But Celtic... some fantastic challenges coming in here, but now Wolves have won it back with a mistimed pass by Celtic as Wolves now come charging into the Celtic half of the field, coming towards the edge of the box. Can Wolves get a shot off? And they do, but they're just put off there by the Celtic defenders and the ball has gone behind. I'm not sure who got the last touch from that there, but Celtic just doing enough there to put off the Wolves attacker. But really good spell of play there, guys, end to end. Joey saying, come on, guys, get smashing that like button. Top man, Joey, thank you very much. Come on, yes, guys. 38 people watching. Surely we should be into double figures by now. All I'm asking you to do is please just hit that like button in appreciation for me giving this game coverage. Even if I would love you to subscribe, I would love you to become part of the Fandom community. But if you don't wish to do that, that's fair enough. Each to their own. But please do hit that like button, guys. It's not a big deal. Celtic knocking the ball out to this near side as a strong challenge comes in from Wolves. And now Celtic taking the free kick quickly, but the referee not happy with that as he forces Celtic to bring the ball back. And he's just being a bit pedantic, isn't he, guys? So just Celtic just be, the referee just being a little bit fussy here with it being a friendly. Could understand if it was a proper competitive game, but when it's a friendly, no need to be that so official is probably the correct word to use. So, yeah, top man, Joey, thank you very much for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, good fans that do appreciate the efforts of what we're trying to do here for Fandom will hit that like button. Wolves now coming forward as they knock the ball down the centre of the pitch. Celtic challenging for the ball. What's Wolves now getting in behind as Joe Hart again. What a game he is having. Oh, the referee is pointing to the spot here. Well, I didn't see an awful lot wrong with that. Joe Hart came out to close the space. I'll have to see that on the replay, but looks like the referee with a penalty. Let's just... Right, so yeah. Right, so it's going to be, I think it's going to be a penalty, guys. The Celtic, yeah, Joe Hart not happy, and I can understand why. I'll explain what happened in a minute, guys. The penalty about to be taken. But yeah, Joe Hart really not happy there, and I can understand why. As I say, guys, I'll let you know why that the penalty came about in a moment. But Wolves now with the penalty, and they score straight down the middle. Joe Hart trying to anticipate that, but just dove to this near side post. And that lets Wolves in behind. But I've got to say, guys, that's it's a harsh one against Celtic. So what happened was the Wolves player was coming towards the box just wide of the goal. If you think of the goal being central, he was just to the far side of the ball. He was coming, racing into the box. The angle got tighter and tighter. He knew he wasn't going to get a shot off, so he deliberately run the ball to the byline, knowing that Joe Hart was going to come across to try and close the angle. And the Wolves player deliberately pulled the ball away, knowing that that would mean that Joe Hart would make contact with the player rather than the ball, hence why the referee gave the penalty because the goalkeeper has technically fouled the player, even though he had actually genuinely gone from the ball. But at the last moment, the Wolves player just snatched it away to basically keep it away from the goalkeeper and draw the foul. Wolves now on the attack down that far side as they come forward. So, yeah, I don't see that as good, guys. I think if that was in a proper game, it's clever. But in a pre-season friendly, I think it's unsporting conduct, if you ask me. Not really necessary to stoop to that level for Wolves to just get an equaliser in a friendly, is it, guys? If it was a competitive game, fair dues. Because in competitive games, sometimes you have to, make your own luck. But it's a little bit harsh against Celtic, if you ask me. Wolves now coming forward. Yeah, like I said, it's just showing the replay that Joe Hart was not happy, and I can understand why. So we've got a free kick here for Wolves outside Celtic's box. Doherty standing over it. Ball crossed into the box, but the wall does its job, and the ball deflects behind for a corner on that far side. So, yeah, top man, thank you very much, Joey. Yes, guys, please do hit that thumbs up if you could. And if you have already, thank you very much. You guys really do appreciate it. Corner comes in, and it's deep, headed away as Celtic tried to pick up the possession, but Wolves intercept it, knocking it all the way back to the goalkeeper as the goalkeeper now kicks the ball long, looking to get in behind that Celtic defence as it's out to this near side. Now Wolves coming into the box, cut back as now a cross comes in from this near side. Wolves knocking it towards goal on the volley, but it's miles wide and goes behind, and that will be a goal kick to Celtic. So Stevie's saying, thanks, Joey. Top man, Stevie. Thank you for that, mate. Yes. Nice one, Joey. You're an absolute legend, mate. Hopefully we're into double figures. But yeah, guys, if you don't want to hit the like and there's games in the future that you might not be able to get coverage of, then don't be surprised if I don't do it, because the likes in the future will give me an indication of how popular the game is and how popular the fans community want me to do particular fixtures. In the future, I'll use likes and views as a guide to what games to cover. And I want to cover as many games for you guys as possible, because, as I say, the media are getting crazy with it. The amount of different media companies now covering games all over the place makes it so much harder for you guys to follow your clubs. And as if you're an adult like me, I have the same problem with my club. You work a lot. You don't always have the time to get to games. And not all football clubs take account of that. Wolves now coming forward down this near side, but the ball cut out by Celtic as they managed to knock the ball up the field. But the linesman putting his flag up on that far side. So that will be a free kick to Celtic. So now Joe Hart with the free kick. I don't know if you heard it before, Joey, but my missus' birthday today. So best wishes to my lovely missus on her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Beckett, Mrs. Fanden, or Mrs. Gaz, as you guys call her sometimes. Wolves now with a throw-in on this near side as they throw it back to the centre-backs. And it's played back to the goalkeeper. 4 minutes added on time, guys, at the end of this second half. Wolves working the ball out to that far side as Celtic really pressing well. Ball knocked up towards the halfway line as now Celtic intercept it. Celtic coming forward now on that far side as they come charging down the pitch. And Wolves shifting players across, but not challenging for the ball as the ball crossed into the box now by Celtic, headed away. But Celtic pick it up again as they work the ball back out to that far side and now playing it back to the halfway line. And Wolves now challenging for it as they've won it back now. Wolves coming, charging down the middle as they knock the ball out wide. And now cross comes into the box, but it's a bit too much pace on that ball as it bounces out on this near side. And that'll be a throw into Celtic. Joey saying, happy birthday, Mrs. Fanden. Nice one, Joey. Top man. Thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate that. Yep. Got to give her a mention, mate. She's so supportive with the Fanden project. She's always encouraging. She's not a football fan, but she's very important to what I'm doing here with the Fanden project. She's always supportive and encouraging. So she deserves a mention today. So, yeah, top man, Joey. Thank you for that, mate. Really do appreciate it. Top man. Celtic now coming forward as they work the ball out to this near side. Coming back inside now as Celtic almost getting in behind there, but the ball just got stuck under his feet. Wolves managed to relieve the pressures. They knocked the ball out to this near side. Forced to play back, though, towards the centre-backs as Celtic pressed the ball. Ball played out to that far side. We've got to be honest, guys. Wolves, Celtic have been fantastic all the way through the game. Looked really hungry, really sharp. Wolves in the first half, lots of defensive mistakes, slow, sluggish, and it went into the second half. But since the changes have been made, guys, they have improved. Wolves now coming inside as they play the ball towards the edge of the box. Now getting the shot off and the goalkeeper just making the save as the ball deflects out to that far side. And both sets of players challenge for the ball. And now we've got a foul. But beautiful shot there by Wolves from the edge of the shot box. But equally beautiful save by Joe Hart driving to his far post. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, Celtic looked great overall, pretty much right throughout the 90 minutes, looked sharp, hungry, and ready to go. Wolves have looked better since the substitutions. The first half, they didn't look sharp in defence. They looked slow, sluggish. But since the substitutions have come on in the second half, they look a lot better. So, yeah. So, so hopefully that's good news for you guys, both of you guys that are Wolves fans and Celtic fans going into the new season. Like I say, Wolves, I was concerned for you guys with some of the mistakes in that first half. But like I say, with the substitutions, they've looked better. So there you go, guys. There goes the full-time whistle. And it's finished Celtic 1, Wolverhampton 1. Really good game, end to end. Really enjoyed that, guys. And like I say, if you're a Celtic fan, you guys should be really excited for the start of the season. Celtic look really sharp, really hungry, and it's great to see. Hopefully, that's going to be able to be a big help to Celtic in the Champions League. Wolves, if you're a Wolves fan, guys, not all bad. Really good game. I thought you guys did well in attack, but some concerns with some of your defensive players. But as I say, when the substitutions were made in the second half, Wolves looked much better. So not all bad for Wolves, but there is still some work to do in defence during the remaining games of pre-season. So, yeah, I'm going to quickly see if I can get the match stats for you guys. Yeah, hopefully I can, and I can share. I don't know if they'll come up. These free pre-season friendlies, guys, a nightmare to get the stats. So yeah, they've not uploaded the stats yet, guys. So apologies for that. So let's quickly go to the chat, see what you guys are saying. Joey's saying, make sure you spoil her later, guys. I am, mate. I'm gonna do my best to enjoy the rest of the day with her, mate. So, yeah, thank you very much for that, Joey. I will do my best. So, yeah, want to treat her. She deserves it, mate. Absolutely. She's always a fantastic support. And like I say, she's not even a football fan, but she's always very supportive with the Fandom project. So, yeah, she deserves the mention. Francis Murray saying, Celtic fan in Italy, very grateful for commentary. Come on, the hoops. Thank you very much, Francis Murray. A pleasure, my pleasure, mate. Thank you very much. Very nice of you to say, and thank you very much for coming, getting involved. Really, I do appreciate you dropping in that nice comment in the chat, mate. Top man, really nice of you to say, and it's my pleasure, mate. It's my pleasure. Big shout out to you out there in Italy, and like I say, really appreciate that, mate. And welcome to Football Fandom UK, and thank you very much for your kind words, mate. Very nice of you to say. Joey saying, nothing to do with football, but have to say, following our chat last week, been watching Wurzel laugh out. Can't fault you, Joey. Can't fault you. It's a classic, mate. Yeah. What the kids making of it, Joey? What the kids making of it? Stevie's saying, welcome, Francis. Absolute nice one, Joey. And yeah, thank you, Stevie, top man. Appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate you welcoming Francis. Yeah, nice one, Joey. Stevie, sorry. Awesome, top stuff, mate. Appreciate that. And Joey also welcoming Francis as well. Top stuff, guys. Thank you very much for that. Joey saying, hi, Francis. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Loving the positivity. Ray Gask saying hi. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ray. Really nice of you to say, mate. Pleasure to have you part of the Fandom community. Hope you enjoyed the commentary, and thank you very much, mate, for your kind words. Hope you enjoyed the game, and yeah, a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome to Football Fandom UK, mate. Hope you enjoyed the show, and thank you very much for your kind words. Ray Gask also saying, my great grandfather founded Wolves. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that, Ray Gask. That's interesting info, mate. Thank you very much. Like I say, welcome to Football Fandom, mate. Great to have you part of the Fandom community. So what was his name, Ray? If you don't mind me asking, what was his name? So that means that would be, I'm trying to think of Wolves founded, when were Wolves founded? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's interesting. But thank you very much for that, Ray. If you want to drop the name in, that would be awesome. I'll certainly be interested to look that up. So thank you, Ray, and welcome to Fandom. As I say, mate, pleasure to have you with us, and thank you for your kind words. Stevie saying, hi, Ray. Welcome to Fandom. Whoa, that's awesome. Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. Yeah, very nice of you to say. And yeah, it is. Absolutely. Would be interesting to look up his name and read the history about that. So I'm going to quickly refresh this, see if we can, any chance, get the stats. But I don't think, no, this is so frustrating with the friendlies, guys. Not getting the match stats coming up the same way they would in league games. So my apologies for that, guys. Ray is saying John Batten. Awesome. I'm going to, right with John, I hope you don't mind, mate. I'm going to quickly make a note of that. Oh, hang on a minute. Just dropping my pen. Yeah, I'm going to quickly make a note of that, mate. I'll look that up when I get 5 minutes, hopefully. And yeah, where's my pen? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find something to write on here because I've got loads of papers here, so I don't want to confuse it. What was it? Founder of Wolves. Founder of Wolverhampton. What's he called? John Batten. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much for that, Ray. Yes, I might not be straight away, mate, but I've made a note of it. So when I do get some free time, I'll look that up. It won't be today, mate, because like I said, as I said to you guys earlier, today is my lovely wife's birthday, so I'm going to jump off in a minute or two and go and enjoy the rest of the day with her and hopefully treat her a little bit. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Ray. I will certainly look that up when I get 5 minutes free, mate. Really interesting that. So yeah, hopefully there'll be plenty of information. I'm sure Wikipedia will have some information about that. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Ray. That's very interesting info, mate. I'm looking forward to reading up on that. So yeah, cheers, mate. Sibusio Mathinger. Apologies if I'm not reading your name correctly, mate. But Sibusio saying my double chance. Okay, mate. Well, welcome to Football Fan Den UK, mate. Pleasure to have you with us. Apologies, I don't know what to say to that because I'm obviously that comment not directed directly at me. So apologies, mate. I'm not sure if you're talking about a chance in the game, but thank you very much for that, Sabusio. And as I say, mate, welcome to Football Fan Den UK. Pleasure to have you with us. Ray saying, I think Wolves need to sign players. Okay, thank you, Ray. Where do you think needs strengthening? I don't know, mate. I thought Wolves played okay. The noticeable thing, I don't know whether it was the way Celtic playing. I don't know because obviously they've been in pre-season preparation a little bit longer than Wolves because the Scottish season starts a little bit earlier, doesn't it? So obviously they are a little bit further ahead in their pre-season preparation. But I just thought Wolves looked sluggish, mate. Like I say, not it's just constructive criticism. I just thought in that first half, in defence, looked slow, a bit lethargic, a bit leggy. And like I say, I don't know whether it's Celtic just looking that bit more hungry. I don't know. But I expect Wolves will be better by the time the season starts because they're a good team. You guys got some really good players. And I expect you guys to be a real force to be reckoned with next season. As I don't think many clubs will be looking forward to the visit to Wolves to your ground. You guys create a great atmosphere and always try to be competitive at home. So I think you guys will be better by the time of the start of the season, mate. But yeah, going off this game, definitely improvement needed in defence, if you ask me, mate. But like I said, I don't watch Wolves all the time, do I? You do. You probably watch Wolverhampton a lot more than I do, mate. So you guys that are Wolves fans would have a better understanding of where the teams are at this stage of the pre-season. Ray saying we sold Neves. Yeah, I heard about. I think I'd heard about that. But you also sold another one or two players. Obviously, Wolves been doing really good developing players recently, so that's unfortunate for you guys that you're going to attract some of the big European clubs that are going to come in and try and steal your better players. Unfortunately, mate. But like I say, hopefully the club do some business and some of these players get their head out of their backside, shall we say, putting it nicely. Because as I've always said, guys, football players are in a privileged position, aren't they? And when they take to that football pitch, they should be prepared to give everything on that pitch for you guys. You guys work hard all week. You pay for your season ticket. You pay for your match ticket, whatever it is. You work hard to be able to afford the cost of football. So players should be in a bit more humble pie and recognise that when they step on that pitch, they are in a privileged position and there is no excuse for not putting in the effort. Like I say, you guys deserve that. That's the minimum all football fans deserve. So thanks for that, Ray. I'll agree with you there, mate. Like I said, disappointing to see him go, but hopefully the club can do some good business and find one or two top talented players. Apparently, I don't know if it's of interest to you, but apparently I don't know whether I think this would be a good player potentially for Wolves because I don't think Bolton, my club, would get him again. But apparently I'm hearing rumours that Conor Bradley at Liverpool is going to be loaned out again, and he had a really good season for Bolton last year. He's also done well for Northern Ireland. He's in the Northern Ireland team, so he's an international young lad, up and coming, plays for Liverpool. But apparently Liverpool think he needs a bit more match experience at first team level. So they're loaning him out. So I don't know. Do you think that would be a good signing for Wolves? I think he could bring some real pace to Wolves, because he's like I say, he kind of plays a similar position to Alexander-Arnold Trent. So I think that would be good for Wolves because, like I say, their defence looked like it was a little bit shaky at times. Sorry, Ray's saying we need a new goal creator. Right, okay, mate. Well, like I said, Connor Bradley would be a good signing because he's good in defence. He's a defender, but he also helps out going forward. He runs forward and pings balls into the box from the halfway line out on the far side on the wings, which would create more panic in the opposition's box. But as far as strikers are concerned, mate, I don't know. I know that strikers are quite expensive at the minute, aren't they? Because the pool of strikers is very minimal. So, yeah, a lot of strikers going for top money, aren't they, mate? So, yeah, thanks for that, Ray. Also, thanks for that, Ray. Ray also saying midfield. So, Ray, right, well, that's interesting. So, Ray's thinking that they need more strength up front and in midfield. So, that's interesting because where I've just seen the game, I would have said that maybe Wolves need a bit more improvement in midfield and defence rather than going forward. But yeah, thanks. I'll agree with you, Ray. You know your team better than me, mate. So yeah, fair enough. Ray saying box to box midfielder. Right. Well, it isn't. Trying to think. Box to box midfielder. I don't know what players would be available that Wolves could afford at the minute, to be honest. The transfer window, it might be Wolves just struggling to do that business, mate, because the transfer window price of players has gone through the roof, hasn't it? So maybe Wolves finding it difficult to find a suitable player that they can actually afford to do that role. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ray. Monaco Edits, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Monaco Edits saying, I finally get why I deletes my comments. It is when I leave the live chat, it disappears. Right. Okay, mate. Well, if it's removing your comment, the only reason it should be removing comment is if you put in bad language in your comments. That's the only reason YouTube. If Stevie removes any of you guys' comments, Stevie will give you a warning first, unless your comment is excessively rude or disrespectful. But most of the time, Stevie will always try to give you guys a warning before actually removing any comments, unless, like I said, unless it's a really bad comment. But YouTube also removes comments that have got bad language in, guys. Obviously, I'm trying to build a channel that's for fans, adult football fans. But along the way, we are going to attract younger football fans as well. So I want to keep the chat clean, respectful, so that all fans of all age groups feel comfortable, welcome to come back, be part of Fandom. We're not like any other YouTube channel. We're not just letting the chat be a free-for-all, guys. We want to keep the chat respectful and clean and friendly and welcoming for you guys to feel part of Fandom. So yeah, we don't just allow a free-for-all in the chat. So yeah, apologies, Monaco Edits, if your message has been deleted, mate. My bad. But as I say, it may be because you put I'm going to use this as an example, as a one-off, guys. So, because I don't like swearing on the channel, I try to keep it clean. But there was a fan the other day complained that his comment didn't come through. When I checked it after the match, the reason he didn't come through was because he put the word shit. And he spelled it out. He put S-H-I-T, but he put it with dots. But it doesn't matter. If you put that word, a word like that, it's going to reject your comment because I have put all bad language words in the chat to be rejected. Because, as I say, guys, I want it to feel welcoming and friendly for you guys. We don't want, haters coming in, effing and jeffing and spoiling the chat. I want the good vibes, guys. I want you guys to feel part of the channel and keep the good vibes in the chat. So, yeah. Joey's saying, thanks, guys. Stevie, hope your wife enjoys her day. Catch you next time. Nice one, Joey. Thank you very much, mate. Very nice of you to say you're a star and an absolute legend. Top man, Joey. Really, really do appreciate that, mate. Look after yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, Joey. And as always, mate, it's a pleasure to have you involved. Stevie saying, thank you, Joey. Enjoy your weekend. Nice one, Stevie. Absolutely, mate. Yep. Thank you, Joey. Definitely go and enjoy the rest of your day, mate. And look forward to seeing you again soon. Ray is saying, yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, talking about Bradley, is that reference to Bradley? Yeah, I think Bradley would be a great signing for Wolves. And like I say, a loan deal is definitely possible, in it. Give you guys some strength in depth. Stevie saying, I think when you join a chat and do a comment and click straight back out, the comment might not have completed send. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Stevie, that might be why. If you guys are clicking in and then clicking straight back out, then it might not be having time to register it. Or it could be detecting it as spam. You've got to remember, guys, if it thinks you're just clicking in and clicking out, YouTube might detect that as spam. So it also might be rejecting it for that reason as well. So, yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. Ray is saying Wolves won't do good in the league if we don't develop our squad. Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's a fair comment, right, Ray. I think you guys are going to be mid-table this season. I think I'm disappointed because I would like to see you guys get some more talented players and push on to get European football, because I think Wolves is a big enough club. You guys have got a really good, strong fan base, a good amount of fans, and I think you guys would add to the quality in Europe, and also maybe create one or two headlines along the way. So thanks for that, Ray. Yeah, that's a fair statement. Ray also saying we've got money. Fair enough, Ray. But obviously, yeah, it's okay having money in it, mate. But look at the transfer fees at the minute; they're going stupid, mate. You're talking. Look at. Let me give it. Who is an example? Look at Harry Kane. He's only got a year on his contract, and they're talking £150 million for him. Where did they come up with these figures for a player that's only that's only got a year left on his contract? That is absolutely price fixing, if you ask me. Now, obviously, I'm not saying Wolverhampton are going to go for Harry Kane. I'm just giving you the example, mate, of how crazy the transfer fees are going now. I don't care how good a player, Neymar, Mbappe, I don't care who you are. No player is worth £150 million with only a year left on their contract. No player. I don't care who they are. 1 year left. It used to be, guys, back in the old days, that players and clubs would allow the player to run the contract down. If it got to that yet last year, then the players would just accept him. The player wants to move on, take a decent transfer fee. Let's get what we can and move on. Yeah, absolutely. Crazy. How could you justify £150 million for a player that only has a year left on their contract? It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. If he had 2 years left on his contract, that would be more understandable. But a year? Come on. A year? Daniel Levy's smoking something strange down there at Tottenham, isn't he? He really is. Ray is saying ridiculous. I agree, Ray. I totally agree, mate. That is why I'm pointing it out, that just how crazy the transfer window is getting now, that we're hearing these astronomical prices for players with only a year left on their contract. It's absolutely nuts, mate. Absolutely nuts. So, yeah, Ray, top man, I totally agree with you there, mate. Well said. Ray also saying Saudi is ruining football. That is a fair statement, mate. I think it started with China, didn't it? But China capped it. The Chinese government was getting concerned about the youth development in China, Chinese players not getting a look in because their clubs were trying to bring in so many players. So that's why the Chinese government capped the amount of foreign players coming into China. And as you say, mate, now Saudi Arabia doing it. And it's risking damaging football big time, because we're not just seeing old players going out there at the end of their career, just, pick up a final fat paycheck. We're actually seeing players in the prime of their career going out there as well. So, yeah, I agree, Ray. It's absolutely nuts, mate. And Well, I think if it carries on the way it's going, mate, I think we're going to see some serious headlines and some serious debate about this over the coming months. Because it's not sustainable, is it, mate? It's not sustainable for Saudi Arabia, and it's certainly not sustainable for other leagues around the world if Saudi Arabia keep ramping the transfer fees up. Yeah, it's getting absolutely stupid. Ray is saying, what team do you support? I'm a Bolton fan, mate. I'm a Bolton Wanderers fan, but when I'm representing Football Fandom, I'm neutral. I try my best to be neutral, respectful to all you guys as clubs. Yes, Bolton is my club. That's where I was born. But I just love football, guys. I just love football. I'm not one of these football fans that's stuck on hate and all that kind of rubbish just because a different club like Blackburn. Blackburn is my club's biggest rivals as far as I'm concerned. I respect Blackburn. I don't hate them. Yes, when we play them, of course, I want my club to absolutely smash them. But the rest of the time, I'm relaxed. I don't hate them. I don't hate Burnley. I don't hate Preston. I don't hate no clubs, guys. Hate is a strong word. If there is only one club that probably come close to hating, it's probably Real Madrid. So, yeah. But thank you very much for that, Ray. And hopefully, Bolton is a club that you don't mind. But like I say, mate, even though Bolton is my club, when I'm representing Football Fandom, I do my best to be respectful to all you guys and the clubs that you support, because when I'm here, I'm hosting Fandom, so that's what matters. The only time you'll see me get behind my club is if we're actually doing a live stream for my club. So yeah. So thanks for that, Ray. Ray also saying Neves went there in his prime. Yeah. Are we talking about Bolton now, or are we talking about China? Oh, right. Sorry, Saudi Arabia. I think we're talking about 26. Yeah, I know, mate. It's gone nuts, hasn't it, mate? It's gone nuts. Absolutely nuts. Ray also saying, how did you watch the match today? Live streamed it, mate. I live streamed it. I pay out for a lot of channels and stuff because obviously I'm building Football Fandom, so I'm paying out for a lot of channels on online. I've got access to I've not got access to every club, obviously, but I've got access to a lot of clubs because, like I say, building Football Fandom, I keep telling you guys I want to be respectful, bring good fans together, so I need to have access to as many games and as many clubs as possible. So yeah, thank you very much for your contribution, Ray. It's been a pleasure having you involved today, this afternoon. Stevie's saying thanks everyone for joining today. Please hit that like button before leaving. Yeah, thank you very much, Stevie. So yeah, guys, apologies. I am going to jump off now. And I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the day with my lovely wife because she's always really fantastically supportive of the Fandom project. I put a lot of hours into the channel, but she only has a birthday once a year. So I'm going to go spend the rest of the day with my lovely wife. But it's been a pleasure hosting the this match for you guys today. Hopefully, some of you guys that may have popped in that are new, hopefully you guys will join us on future streams. But that's it from me for now, guys. Final word goes to Ray. Just saying bye. Thank you very much, Ray. It's been a pleasure having you involved, mate. I look forward to hopefully seeing you on future streams. And as I say, big hello and welcome to you, Ray. Welcome to the Fandom community and the Fandom project. So yeah, top man, Ray. Appreciate the positivity, mate. And Stevie also saying thanks, Ray. Bye. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Look after yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. But for now, for me, that's it. Goodbye.